Hello YouTube. It is your friendly neighborhood content creator, Ender Steve, and I'm back bringing you another big brain tutorial. In today's tutorial, as most of you guys probably already know, it is going to be a zero-tick sugarcane farm. So this guy I was doing some testing on, so I actually removed the roof and made it quite inefficient by doing so. But that's not what this tutorial is going to be on. It was supposed to be out yesterday, so anyone who has been waiting for this tutorial, I do apologize, but here we are now. And it is actually better than ever, so you should actually thank me, I think. You don't need to thank me, but you should be glad that I waited, because I did make this 100% efficient, which is quite nice. And I did figure out that it is tileable, which will be good. Ooh, wow. Which will be some good information for some of you who like to do kind of like industrial craft type things, because this baby right here will get you over 54,000 sugarcane per hour. I really don't know why any sane person would need that many sugarcane, but let's say you need that many sugarcane, boom, I got a farm for you. And we're not exactly going to go over this block by block, but with my tutorial you could easily just replicate this one slice right next to it and just keep going. You'd basically just mirror every one. So if there were two right next to each other, I can show you over here. Like this redstone torch right here and right here is basically the middle of these two farms, and they're both kind of mirrored images of one another, as you can see. Looks kind of cool. But yeah, so if you wanted to tile these bad boys, you would basically just mirror this whole entire thing. The only issue with this design is that because of the lack of space that you have going on in here, you really can't fill these dispensers up any other way than just manually. So you basically just have to go behind this whole device and just fill it up with bone meal manually. So that is quite annoying. It's definitely not the best thing, so that's definitely why I recommend just one or maybe two possibly right next to each other. I would say two at the most, because then you're getting 18,000 sugarcane. That's just so much sugarcane. It's way more than, like I said before, way more than anyone would need. But yeah, let me just first explain exactly how this bad boy works. So basically, when I hit this switch, this block is going to come up right here, and it's basically going to create a clock. So this comparator is set to subtractive mode, so it'll actively look at these two side inputs and the back input and subtract the highest of the sides with the back. So let's say the back is outputting 15 and this one is 0, so 15 minus 0 is just 15. So this one is just going to output 15. But if this block was up, this whole thing would work, and this repeater would turn on, turning on this redstone dust. And because that's right after the repeater, this is actually going to turn on at 15 power level. So it doesn't matter what power level this is, as soon as this redstone dust turns on, that comparator will then turn off for half a second and then just basically reset the system. And then it'll start up again. So it'll create a clock, and I'll show that right here. So you can see as soon as this redstone dust turns on, that thing will turn off right after. And that's kind of the clock working. And then this top piston just works off that clock, and so does the dispenser. So it's a quite simple design, but it definitely is very off-putting when you first look at it. And I did have to learn a bit about comparators to actually figure out why exactly this worked, but yeah, this does work, and it works extremely well. And might as well just get right into the tutorial now. Stop wasting time. Let me just grab a few things. So let me first say that the glass can be whatever block you want, whatever solid block that you desire, you can make it out of. And then the solid block, the polished andesite, has to be a solid block. So a full block is just any block that takes up a whole 1 meter by 1 meter amount of space, and then a what's it called? Not full block, but a. I just said it like 2 seconds ago. Wow. Come on. Think, Ender Steve. Think. Not a transparent block, but a whatever. A block that can absorb power, so, you know, like stone or wood or anything. Any solid block, pretty much. There we go. Solid block. I'm so sorry for anyone watching. But yeah, once you have that chest and hopper, you're basically going to put a piece of rail on it, and you're going to want to make sure that that is going sideways if you're looking at the chest. Very nice. And then we're going to put our solid block on the right side, so we're actually going to switch this around. So our solid block is going to go on the right side. Behind that solid block is going to be 2 pieces of redstone dust, so you place down 2 full blocks, whatever blocks you want to use, and 2 redstone dust on top of that. And then coming out of that redstone wire, just another solid block. Come over here and put a sticky piston pretty much attached to that solid block. And lastly, place that hopper minecart. Actually, this lever is last, but anyway. Put down your hopper minecart and put down that lever. And you can see right there, it's just a simple on-off switch. So now that we have all of that, let me go ahead and delete all those items out of my hotbar. Grab some more. Grab a piece of grass, a piece of glass, a piece of grass, a piece of glass, whatever solid block you're going to be using. Now it's going to get into the redstone part, so you're going to grab repeaters, comparators, redstone dust. We're not going to get into any torches yet. Might as well grab the hopper and the dispenser, and yeah, let's do this for right now. So right above the hopper minecart, you're going to want to put your piece of glass, and then right behind it, you're going to put a stair of any kind. I'm just going to keep it matching and use polished andesite stairs. Just going to put that right behind that piece of grass with 2 bits of glass right next to it. And then let me go ahead and replace this stair with a water bucket and put that down. And then once we got that, easiest thing to do is put your dispenser right on top of that so you can't see it anymore, which is quite nice. Then coming off of that stair block right there, that waterlogged stair block, you're just going to put a solid block with a comparator coming off of that. And now you're going to pick a side. So I want my chest and this switch to be on the same side. So I need my dispenser to be powered on the left side. So I'm going to put this on the left side. And that's how our dispenser is going to be powered. Put another solid block onto this piece of glass, or whatever block you used. Put a redstone repeater going into there. That is all good and well. Jump up onto this dispenser and crouch place a hopper right there. Go grab a chest and make sure you're crouching and place that right there, and that'll fill up our dispenser with bone meal. Actually, I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna have to grab some of those items again. Grab some redstone dust right here. But yeah, now that we have this, right here we're gonna place a redstone, or sorry, just any building block, and then you're gonna have a solid block on top of the solid block powering the sticky piston, and on top of that, that'll have a repeater. Coming out of that repeater, you're actually going to have some redstone dust, and I explained that before. This is actually what makes the redstone clock. Make sure, triple check that you have this repeater going into this redstone dust set on 2 ticks. If it's set on 1 tick, then it'll break the system, and if it's set on 3 or 4 ticks, then it'll just run slower than it should be. right on top of that sticky piston, you're going to place another solid block. And then beside that, you're just going to place a piece of glass with some redstone dust on it. And then you're going to do solid block, glass, whatever block you want to use, and then another solid block in the corner like that. Put some redstone dust right there, and if this thing, make sure that's in subtractive mode too, and if this had any bone meal in it, it would actually start working as long as this switch was up. So let me go ahead and show you that, show you how exactly this whole thing works. It is basically just run off of a simple clock. So all this stuff right here is not important. This is basically the clock right now, and then that repeater basically just feeds off of the power that ends up coming out of this clock, which is quite cool. Let me just go ahead and replace those blocks real quick that I deleted. And there we go. That is pretty much the clock setup. Let me go ahead and take that down again. So if for whatever reason your clock isn't working, go back and start the tutorial over. But it should be working just fine because I should have explained it pretty well, I think. But yeah, that's the clock right there, and then that we have the dispenser power setup, and on the opposite side we're just gonna have the power elevator for the sticky piston. Wow, how many names am I gonna forget this video? Somebody should put a counter up. But anyway, on the opposite side, well, technically this does not matter at all. You can put it on either side. But anyway, just pick a side, put a redstone torch, and then put a solid block above it. This is quite important. Make sure that this redstone torch is in the middle of it. So this is 3 wide, so just make sure it's in this middle slice, and you should be all good. And that redstone elevator is actually going to power a repeater, which is going to go into a sticky piston right here. That sticky piston is going to have a fence gate on it in the open position. Boom, like so. And now if we were to run this system, this thing would actually pulse like that, which is kind of cool. It's all just running off the same clock, like I keep saying. And yeah, so that's that. So if we did have a piece of sugarcane right here, this whole thing would pretty much be up and running. I'll show you right now. Obviously we do need to cover up everything with some glass. That's probably what I would recommend, but you could obviously use any block. But it is a little bit nice to be able to see exactly what's going down. But you need it to be 4 high, including the roof. So 1, 2, 3 on the sides, and then the roof is going to be 4 blocks tall. And yeah, that'll make it so it'll grow to pretty much its max height, which it's not its max height, but after getting bone mealed once, this will grow to 3 tall, and it won't grow to 4 tall. It won't grow to 2 tall. It'll always grow to 3 tall. So for every 1 bone meal, you'll always get 2 pieces of sugar cane. And yeah, now to set up the kind of fail-safe, so to speak, you're just going to take some redstone dust and put it over that solid block that your sticky piston draws power from. And that's what makes this particular design 100% efficient. So this is pretty much the entire thing. I think I forgot a glass block right here, and then I also forgot something right there to cover that up. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished design. works very well. Like I keep saying, over 9,000 bits of sugarcane per hour. The input is also quite crazy as well. So to actually run this for an hour, you would have to put 4,500 pieces of bone meal in there. I don't expect anyone to run this for an hour because no one needs 9,000 bits of sugarcane, but if you do need any bone meal, you can go ahead and check out one of my other videos for a skeleton XP/bone meal farm, which also runs very efficiently, pretty much max efficiency at all times. That is pretty much my thing. I love efficient farms. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've made it this far, you are truly a real one. So definitely props to you. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back. But I do want to say, go ahead and like this video. Drop a comment down in the comments. Any type of feedback. If I was mumbling at all, let me know. Any type of farm that you want to see coming from me, go ahead and drop it down in the comments because I always need more ideas. I'm actually going to be starting a Let's Play soon, and I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be testing out some player-made maps on the PS4 Edition, which I hope is going to be really cool. I have one planned for today, so hopefully I'll be posting 2 videos tonight, or one today, hopefully this afternoon, and then one tonight sometime. So that's going to be really fun. I might stream that. I might just make it a video. Probably going to stream it. But yeah, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell to always be notified for all this content that I keep talking about. Big brain, of course, only. And yeah, this has been Ender Steve, and I'm signing out. Have a great rest of your day.